12 years. That's how long David Carter sat behind bars, forgotten, broken, labeled a murderer. He was homeless, a veteran, and claimed he didn't do it. No one listened. Until one day, a young journalist reopened a file long buried in dust and uncovered one name, one person, who was never asked a single question. What came next unraveled everything the justice system thought it knew. David Carter, once a proud U.S. Marine, returned home to a world that felt like a battlefield. After serving 3 tours overseas, he came back with scars, physical and mental, and found himself without family, job, or home. He wandered the streets of Chicago, eventually settling in a shelter. Locals knew him as quiet, respectful, and a bit haunted. But one rainy night in 2011, a woman was found stabbed in an alley. The murder weapon was never found. No fingerprints. No camera footage. No clear motive. But David had been nearby. That was enough. A public defender, an overworked system, and a circumstantial timeline. David was sentenced to 25 years. 12 years later, Maya Ruiz, a 27-year-old journalist working on a wrongful conviction series, stumbled upon David's file. It didn't sit right. She noticed something odd. The police reports mentioned a man in a red hoodie seen running from the alley. David didn't own a red hoodie. In fact, multiple witnesses said he wore an old army jacket. Digging deeper, Maya found no DNA evidence linking David. But buried in the file was a name scribbled in a footnote, Deshaun Miller. A bystander. Never contacted. Never called to testify. Maya tracked him down. He was hesitant, nervous. But eventually he spoke. Deshaun, 19 at the time of the murder, had seen the killer up close. He described a tall man, thin, with a snake tattoo on his neck. David Carter had no tattoos. Deshaun said he reported it to a patrol officer who brushed him off, saying they already had someone. With this testimony, Maya contacted the Innocence Project, who reopened the case. Forensics re-examined items. A partial print found on the victim's bag matched a man named Trey Collins, arrested months later for a similar attack in another state. The new evidence was overwhelming. A retrial was granted. Until the original case. The judge called the investigation deeply flawed. David was exonerated and released. When he stepped out of prison, his face didn't show joy, just quiet disbelief. 12 years done. Maya's story shook the system. Her report aired nationwide. David eventually spoke out, not in anger, but in hope that someone else trapped in silence might be heard too. He now works with veterans in transition, helping others find their voices before they get lost. And Maya? She won a Peabody Award, but more than that, she gave a man back his life.